career and your achievement. Don't you agree?
I guess in a moment like this, it's hard to feel that way. But to some extent, I guess I'm happy that I managed to still be myself after everything with the change and everything. It's been a hard, like, it's been a hard time living up to all the expectations that people have had. So yeah, to some extent, I've just been happy to be able to still show that I'm the same player, the same person.
It's not even the same player or the same person, actually, because you took the biggest risk leaving Fnatic, joining G2, a team that was performing and will continue on performing. And you said in an interview a couple of weeks back that you needed to give up on this leadership that you had within Fnatic. So I don't agree when you said that you're still the same player, and people recognize that voting for you as an MVP today. So tell me about switching team. We often talked about this, but yeah, this new role that you had within G2 and how it helped you become a better player.
I just don't think I've ever been the guy for my team. I feel like every team needs someone that pulls them together when things are not looking great. And I feel like I fail at this in Fnatic, and I am now failing at this in G2 as well. But at least here, it's not a role that is forced onto me. So I guess the disappointment is not as high from everyone else. But for myself, I still feel the same kind of disappointment. I feel like this is something I just have to fix if I want to be the best. Like, again, it's hard to feel positive in a moment like this, but I feel like if I have to win, I have to be able to be that guy for my team.
You know, just listening to you, I know that it's a hard moment for you, but the simple fact that you kept this drive over the years, you didn't let anyone overcome you. You're still the player, the Western player people want to overcome, look up to. Yeah, that says a lot about your craft and dedication to the game, Rekkles. So, what kept you performing so well for so many years? And because I feel like with what happened today, you're never gonna give up. You're never gonna let that one go, and you're gonna come back in summer, combat mode and ready. So yeah, tell me about this drive you had for all these years and how it helped you.
I guess I never really strived for this whole individual MVP thing. I feel like that's just a bonus on the side. For me, it's always been winning, I guess, as much as possible. Preferably Worlds at some point would be awesome. Same for MSI would be super awesome. So for me, it's just always been about winning, yeah, everything. And that's why it's hard for me to like see this as a consolation prize of some sort, because I didn't come into the spring split thinking I want the MVP. I came into the spring split thinking I want to win the split and therefore go to MSI and potentially win MSI. So I don't think my drive necessarily lines up with this whole winning MVP a couple of times, but it's just a bonus on the side. And for me, it's all about making sure, I guess, I make the right steps in my career to be able to get these wins on the board. Because again, as I mentioned earlier, I think I'm not quite there yet where I can basically pull my team with me. And today I think I could have, because I was in a good spot in most of the games, actually. So yeah, a lot of things to work on, I guess, for summer, and hopefully Worlds after that.
You know what? Let's dive a bit deeper into this, because MVP stands for most valuable player, which means that you must be the player who's able to reflect on everything, things that go right and things that also go wrong. So about what happened today, anything that can help you perform better in summer, and what are your learnings from this series?
I think just taking more responsibility within the game. It's always, you have a lot of draft talks and you try to prepare as much as possible for what's about to come, but it's never the same as you predicted it to be. So I think in the games, I just have to manage to be that guy. It's hard to, for me at least, it's hard to explain exactly what I mean with this, but I think just, for example, if I'm good in a game, taking over the shot calling maybe, or telling everyone that it's going to be okay, I can do something later maybe in the game if we're not having a good start, just being some kind of rock maybe that could be needed in very dire situations. And I think today I wasn't that rock. I feel like I let it slip as well, just as I guess everyone else in the team did. In particular, the longer the games went as well, or the longer the series went as well. Like I think I started off pretty well, or I guess we started off pretty well, and then it just got worse and worse. And I think if by any means I could make that not happen, or like be more solid and maybe have the same sort of outlook on game 4 as we do on game 1, then that could help a lot for these series that always come down to the smallest details.
In the end, a competitive year is not a sprint, it's a marathon. So you'll have all the chances in the world to, I don't know, turn the tide in your direction in summer. And you know what? I want to give you last minutes to just talk to the audience. As you said, this is not a consolation prize. So anything you want to tell the fans who voted for you on what they can expect from you this summer and how you will come back ready.
So I guess people can, well, first of all, I should say thank you for voting for me, and I guess believing in me throughout this whole thing. It's been, as I mentioned earlier, like a really hard change because the expectations are sky high. So I feel like regardless of, like, even if we would have won, I think people would have still maybe been disappointed in some way. So it was basically impossible expectations to live up to. But I guess what people can expect for summer is a better me. I'm not okay with losing ever, and especially in a fashion like this where I actually think like both Mad and Rogue just ran straight over us. They were so much better than we were, and yeah, it feels terrible to be a part of something like that, I guess. So for summer, obviously, I mean, everyone's gonna say this, so it's not super hyped to say that I'm gonna try more or better in summer, but I guess if people know at least that I'm aware that this is not okay, I think that's good enough.
And that's, that's why you're also one of the most experienced player, one of the best veterans in the league. The fact that you're able to self-reflect on your performance, Rekkles, and that's what will take you far in summer. That's what I hope. At least, thank you so much for these moments. And yeah, enjoy your break, and looking forward to seeing you soon in summer. And that's all for us now. Back to you, Shox.
Thank you.